Well, good morning, everybody. And yeah, here we go, right there. Yeah, right there. Yeah, this is what they call product placement. Welcome to Coffee with Conti, and what is going to be part 2 of our trip to Houston to visit LMR. Ryan and I drove our Corvette to Houston, and the whole gist of that trip was to have a lot of fun and talk Corvette, but really to celebrate Stephen being the recipient of our first C8 Z06 sold here out of Coughlin. And it was great to do business with Stephen again. And up front, I want to thank his media guy, Jason, who literally took the camera out of my hand.
Hello again.
It was great. I was able to enjoy the moment and the conversation. Part 2 we're going to share with you today is going to be more focused on the C8 Z06. If you missed part 1, we'll put a link down below in the description. What a lot of fun we had. And yes, I was a little nervous in that C6 ZR1 ride, and I know you guys teased I was the only one hanging on to the door handle. My son Ryan was just chilling, loving it, but I got to tell you guys, that car was planted and never lost control, and that car is the fastest car I've ever been in, and that's the highest speed that I've ever been in a car. Oh my gosh. Again, link down below. Check out part 1. But for part 2 today, if you don't get a chance to watch it in its entirety, please come back and finish it up, because I know as you watch and you listen, you'll learn to appreciate the knowledge and the passion that Stephen at LMR has for Corvette. You might need a couple of these. Good morning, and thanks for joining us. Let's go to Houston. All right, guys, we made it. We made it to Houston from Columbus, Ohio. Well, we were in the car for 17 hours. See how many miles we drove. It was just over 1,200 miles in the car for 17 hours. A great testament to the comfort and the value of the C8 Corvette. I feel great. You're all right? Yeah. I mean, what a great, long ride. I'm tired, but I'm comfortable in this car. You gonna take my son Ryan for a ride? I got plenty. I want to take him for a ride. We're at LMR, LateModelRacecraft.com in Houston, Texas. We might have to make this a 2-part series.
He's a blue Corvette on my ass. I'm like, that's got to be him.
Yeah, absolutely, man.
What are the odds you pull it right as I pulled out of the shop?
Oh, man, you're doing such a great job. Is there a specific, this is probably not a fair question, but I'm going to ask anyways. Is there a special car, a generation car, that you prefer to work on, that's easier to work on, that you're happier with the results of what you do more than another generation?
I would say the C6 LS3s, and then
dangerous. The kid had a big giant smile on his face. He's not scared. Well? Yeah. I can't wait to see the footage from right here, baby boy.
Come on.
Way to go.
I can be in 3rd gear and go from 60 to 130 without even shifting into 4th. Oh, isn't that crazy?
Wow. I can't wait to see my son's face on the footage. I'm afraid to see mine.
right, so just got done driving C601 with Rick. This is the car.
Now we're gonna have some fun.
Yes, this
More
is
fun.
This is the Z06. He got me back right at Christmas time. It was a beautiful Christmas present. It was actually showed up, I think, the day after Christmas.
So you've had all kinds of Corvettes. You are undoubtedly a car guy.
Yes.
What do you like most about this car so far?
The sound. Just because I've maybe I've said this before or not, I've been doing this for 20 years.
Yep.
All I've done is pushrod engines. Everything I've ever worked on, from an LS1, LS2, LS3, LS7, to then the LT2 and the C8. This thing, you start it up and drive it, the first time I heard it back out of the trailer, does not sound like a Corvette or a pushrod motor.
Right.
And then we just did little modifications to the exhaust. Essentially got rid of the big cats that came with it. We put like a high flow cat on it.
Okay.
It's a little bit louder
Sure.
than what it was, but to be honest, it was loud stock to me. And maybe I'm just getting older, but as a 40-year-old guy, I'm serious.
Right.
And I do this for a living, so I build cars. I want to make them louder for people. I drove it for the first time. I'm like, to be honest, it sounds pretty damn good like stock.
Remember what Chevy said when they introed Z06? The streets will never sound the same.
And
they
they're
really
right.
don't.
They're right.
Really don't.
Now, I will say what we did to it does sound better, but it's just a little bit louder.
Okay.
But it's still...
Which is good.
Still tame, but a little bit louder. Higher pitch. Still sounds like an exotic V8, which sounds nothing like a Corvette that I've ever owned, obviously. It's crazy, bro. Mufflers are still there, just high flow Cadillac converters. But that thing fires up, it's sick, right?
I gotta tell you, you should make fun of guys like you. It's like, oh, you tuners, GM designed his exhaust to be unique. Please don't touch the exhaust. Gotta hand it to you, you did a nice job.
It's gonna get better too.
Yeah.
Right now the stock mufflers are there, which is still straight through.
Right.
We're gonna build something with like a good size X pipe.
Okay.
I think it'll still keep that exotic sound. Just again, another higher pitch, loud, I hope.
Yeah.
Maybe a little bit more horsepower, we'll see.
Right. Dude, that's incredible.
Most people can't really see much because everything's covered here.
Right.
But so here's obviously intake manifold, and then you have your 3 throttle bodies here. Like I was saying, this thing's a high revving motor, so it goes to 9,000 RPMs. So a short runner likes high RPM and a long runner for low end torque. And that's what these things do. They open and close to give you the runner length, so you make the most horsepower down low as well as up top, which is incredible. That's why I think if we did, let's say, build a turbo kit, we would essentially just take these plastic pieces, make them out of billet, to keep them out of billet, and then still try to utilize the throttle bodies as well, just to keep it strong for if we ever do one day make 30, 40 pounds of boost with it.
Would you put them up top here like you did on the
So
other ones?
I actually tried. So the turbo kit we have there, I actually set on here to kind of see if it would fit. And because it's a dual throttle body, you see the motor right here?
Yes.
The cold piping and my down pipes go right there, and it hits right there. And also the intake's so big, on the kit that I have, the turbo sits right here. So I can either tilt them up a little bit and stick them here, but I want to somehow either redo the header and try sticking them farther down there if possible.
Oh,
Because I think that's how GM's going to do it. Obviously, I haven't seen anything, but any production vehicle that's turboed, they have the turbos as close to the engine as possible. And in my head, I think that's how they engineered it, stick them down here in the corners.
Yep.
I could be wrong, don't know.
That's a good idea.
You know what I mean?
That's a great
I think that's how they're going to do it. I don't know. We'll see. If not, for the easy way to do it would be take where the muffler sits on the outside, put the turbo here and a turbo here, which would be very easy to do. That'd be simple.
Right.
That'd be very easy to do. But I think it'd be cool to be under there somehow, some way. All right, you're up, little man.
All right, little man.
You wanna go for a ride?
Yes.
Yep. You come next. You come next, and I'm gonna have Rick drive it after this.
Okay, buddy.
Yeah, first time I drove it, I was like, dude, it does not sound anything like a Corvette. it's just still climbing. It made I think it was 594, 591 stock with the high flow cats on it. It made like 608, but the dyno graph just looked like this. Like if I could like more, dude, if I could pull to like 9,000, dude, it would be sick. It'd be sick. I'm gonna see if Rick wants to go for a ride. I want him to drive it.
What happened?
He said, nah, he doesn't want one.
No.
He said, nah, it's not fast enough.
Yeah. My kid is a car guy. This is dangerous to have him down there. It's dangerous for me to be here.
I want you to drive it.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I want you to drive it.
Oh, yeah.
Get another
Let me
GoPro.
think about it for a second. Okay.
All of our customers, they want.
Because you'll probably get a mix of that.
Yes, most of our customers, yes, they want more power, but it's either their friend has a McLaren
Or their whole Cars
or
and Coffee.
Ferrari. Yep, and they're like, oh crap, well this sounded cool. Well, I want to. They want to go pull up to Cars and Coffee,
And immediately
they want the sound different. And then
they're
also
doing a
talk to
commercial for LMR.
Yes.
Well, we did this and we did this down here.
Yep.
We did this over here. It's
Yep.
like, yeah, keep
Yep.
talking.
Yep.
Preach.
That's why I like.
Preach, baby.
I said for the C8 stuff. That's why those were the first thing that I thought of, because the first thing you're looking at.
Yeah,
It's
dress.
something
You want to dress it.
Yeah, just for accessories, right? Just to make it look cool.
Well, now that you got guys, we were just talking to your media guy, the guy behind the camera, talking about hardtop convertibles, how they have the clear engine cover now,
Yes.
so people can do the billet bars.
So
in the
I
engine.
thought about doing that with this piece.
Okay.
Making it for the supercharged guys.
Okay, for the clear.
Make this whole thing clear so
Cut
you
this
can see the supercharger.
that's a
Because you
good
can't
idea.
see them unless you pull that whole thing out.
Hey yo, here we go. Microphone check. 1 2 1 2.
And I will say the hardtop convertibles, it's really good, man.
I'll just say, I just put
It
it down
makes
for him.
it look more like an exotic
Yes.
than
Yeah.
these.
Reminds me of the old Gallardos.
That's exactly. I just was telling him, like we built in 2008, 2011. We did a lot of Gallardos. They had the dual clutch, but different clutch in them, and the way the twin turbo kits are, the way the cars run, that looks just like it. And the way that the way that
selling-
car drives from a roll, it reminds me of the Lambo, just like
Right.
the all-wheel drive.
100%.
That's why the E-Ray, turbos and that,
Oh,
that's
But
gonna be game over.
I've been selling the car for 28 years, you know that, just Corvette. And I've been all over the country. I've been in every generation since, C4 and up. That's where I started my career in 95. I've never, until C8, had somebody approach me in the parking lot and go, what is that? Or that looks like a Lambo, that looks like a Ferrari. Oh my gosh, that's a Corvette.
Here,
All right.
your turn.
All right.
Your turn to have fun.
This looks familiar.
Drive this thing. All right, drive this thing.
Well, you talked about how this car makes you a good driver. It's scary because you can easily drive beyond your abilities. People need to respect the car.
Yes. That's why I always tell people in the videos, no matter how much horsepower it has,
Right.
I still drive with traction control on.
Right.
Like, I don't care how good we think we are.
Well, certainly.
All it takes is some little bump on a road because you're not on a perfectly smooth course. You know, you're going around a turn, you hit a little bump. You never know. So,
Dude, I love this car. I mean, I love that it feels race car ready right now.
isn't that awesome?
And I'll tell you what, these brakes, love these brakes. All the confidence in the world with this car.
I've yet to honestly hammer on the brakes on them.
Right.
I've just been like,
Sure.
because of the mileage, I'm
Correct.
curious. Again, I drive a lot of these cars, right? C7, ZR1s, the Z06s with carbon brakes on them. They feel, what am I trying to say? The pedal feels, barely touching the brake pedal, they feel more aggressive early.
Yes.
And I don't know if it's just because I haven't put miles on them or I don't have it in the right setting yet.
No, I
but
noticed, it's funny you said that. I noticed the same thing in Bowling Green.
if I feel like you have to push the brake pedal down further
Yep.
to get it to stop. Now, I'm not saying it's still bad.
No,
it's
it
not as
engages
touchy,
real quick.
right?
Yes. Yep, I noticed that too.
I said microphone check. 1 2.
God, that sounds so good. Oh my God.
Oh my gosh. When we get interrupted from the crane.
No. That's not like it's getting that good brakes.
Dude, I drove 17 hours to drive this car. You ruined it for me.
A crane crossing the road, that never happens here.
I know, it's okay.
Please come and tell me what you think.
How's that feel?
Dude, I love it. I'm not used to sitting here. I'm like, what do I do?
I know, I wanted to keep going a little bit. I wasn't saying I had like this straight, goofy looking on my face, but I'm like, I hope that he's digging this
I'm loving
in
it.
your car.
I'm loving it. It sounds so good. Like, I mean, it sounds like we're in an F1 car. Yeah, listen to that. It sounds like you're in an Indy car.
Oh my God.
And to be honest, like I said, the high flow cats is louder, but again, from the factory, it's still pretty loud.
No, I like what you did with that.
It's just a little bit louder.
That felt pretty cool in your car, huh?
Dude, I love it. Like, I've never ridden the passenger seat.
It's a little weird you don't have control of the steering wheel.
No, I'm looking over like, shit, we're all right, right?
Okay,
Okay,
yeah.
we're good.
Yeah, I was doing 116 or something like that.
It is good. You see how quick it gets there?
Yes, I know.
And the way that they're geared, like the C8, the gearing's, you know, just different. Because this one revs higher, it holds the gear a little bit longer, obviously.
Dude, I can never get tired of that.
No.
I can never get tired
That's
of that.
why once they get heated, if I'm driving around town, I like it track mode. I love that exhaust note. Sounds so good.
Nobody do it like me.
Sort of me to get in your shop. Proud dad time. Get close, listen to what he says, and you'll be fine. Get your seatbelt on. Have fun. Make sure you tell him thank you. That's pretty cool. Steven's letting him drive the car. Wow. So this will be Ryan's first time driving Z06. We've not been to the session for him at the NCM Motorsports Park. That'll be coming up soon. We'll share that with you on the channel. And Dad's gonna go again too, because I am really addicted to this car, even more so now, driving Steven from LMR's Z06. I love the race car feel in that car. But you know what though? It's manageable to drive the car every day. So you want to talk about a value story, that's incredible.
You're good, man. This is the sound, right? You don't sound like I'm in a Corvette. I can't get over it, man. Like I said, I've had the car since December, and I still get giddy like a new kid when I drive this thing. I love it. So tired. Alright, chill right here for a second. If we get the right spot. Alright, go ahead. Give you a little bit of room at least. If you want to play with it. Feel good or what? I love it. Yeah, you let out when it went to fourth at like 8,000. It's like, golly, that sounds crazy. Yep. In the performance world, I tell people it's like a centrifugal supercharger. As RPM climbs, it's like how boost climbs, how RPM climbs, horsepower climbs. It just keeps pulling, man. It doesn't stop. That's the one's gonna be crazy. Yes. You're good right there. What you think? That's nice. Good? Thank you. Of course, man. Of course. It's gonna make him want to buy one. That's probably what he said. He's like, all right, I need one.
Steven, thanks man, that was pretty cool.
Of course.
Well, what'd you think, dude?
It's nice.
Yeah, it's nice.
What you want me to say?
Big words there.
Yeah, man, don't expect much out of him. I think the smile says it all though.
Hey, you rolled into it.
Did he?
Yeah.
Yeah?
second, third, and left. Yeah,
Yeah.
we rolled into it.
I told you he can handle it. He
Yeah.
can drive.
It felt good.
Yeah? That's cool, man.
He kept saying, I can't believe the way it sounds. That's his
Yeah.
main thing, the sounds.
Yeah.
And he says it's stiffer than yours.
Yes.
He said it feels a little stiffer,
Yeah.
which it does.
The car's planted.
Yep.
Yeah, it really is.
Dude, it's awesome.
What?
No words.
I'm waiting for him to say, so Dad, when are you going to get
That's what he just said in there.
Yeah.
He said, man, I think he's going to want one now.
Oh, I do. You know, I gotta be a realist.
The car makes incredible.
It is almost so perfect out of the box from Chevrolet. And for you in
Yes.
your career,
It's-
what is your goals now for this car?
And that's what we've been fighting back and forth between me and my guys. It's like I said, I think we'd waste our time with the intake. I think we'd waste our time with cylinder heads. The only way to make big power with this or do anything, which some people will think you're going crazy, is to probably put 2 turbos on it and make like 1,000 horsepower with it. And just put an aftermarket computer on it and let it run. Because believe it, like 2008 to 2011-ish, we built a whole bunch of twin turbo Lamborghinis, which are very similar to this with the dual clutch trains and everything.
Right.
They had a different clutch back then compared to the new. Those were the Superleggeras back then. But very similar, but we put an aftermarket computer like a Motec or AEM on it, and they were a blast, dude. And they are high revving motors. To be like, man, are you sure this motor will hold it? And it's the only way to find out.
I could see you putting twin turbos on this thing.
I think I'm going to. I still, in the C8 world, my twin turbo package is perfected.
Yeah.
In my world, it's not. Like, to me, it's still not a 100% perfect car. So
Right.
I want to finish the Stingray before I move on to this one.
Right.
But with the computer systems the way that they are, most of the stuff that I've looked at and done so far, most of the stuff that I know with that should transfer over to this, besides the engine just being different. But if this motor will hold 10, 12, maybe 15 pounds of boost, will sound incredible at 8,500 RPM.
I think it will. Don't you?
Yes, I do. I really do. I think it'll hold more than that, but I'll just say I bet you we make 800 rear wheel horsepower with this, and you can hop on it and drive and do whatever the heck you want. And I think again, your average guy, be more than enough. You put a Toyo on the back of it with 800, even 750, but 800 rear wheel horsepower, 200 more than stock, this thing would be incredible to drive.
Wow.
Incredible. I love it, man. I love it.
GM should pay attention to what you're doing.
I'm telling you, that's why with the turbos, I kind of want to put them close to the manifolds on the side.
Okay.
I have a feeling that's where you might see them later on in the future with one of these cars.
Yeah. Yeah, there's rumors out there that GM's going to try and do the same thing.
Yep. I think so. I think they might. This thing's so much fun. It's so much fun, Rick. I'm so glad you got me this car, bro.
To see you
I'm so
get
glad
excited
you
over a
got
car,
me
that's
this car.
impressive.
I love it. I love it. Like, it does not get old.
Oh.
I mean, it just sticks, bro. Look at that.
Oh. Man. Oh my God.
Dude. This with
Wow.
full tires. You know what I mean? See how they just scoot around with the traction control saved it?
Yeah,
Like,
absolutely.
it's so awesome.
Wow, dude.
It's so much fun. Oh, that's so.
Oh, the downshift?
Yes,
Oh, the downshift is incredible. I love that. That is great, dude.
It sounds so good.
Yes, sir. Hang on, guys.
Yep. Watch this. I'll put it 3,505%.
Oh, see, that was instant. I loved it. Yeah!
God.
Dude.
That hooked up good, right?
Wow.
It sounds so good. So yeah, like
Oh, and I think that's almost would
That was
you like
perfect.
that rapid exit. I mean, you hooked up immediately.
that was perfect.
Yeah.
So 3,500, I went from a really
You're
low
still on
RPM.
stock tires too, right?
Yes.
Okay.
That was perfect. If I did 4,000, it spins and then bogs.
Yeah.
And it feels bad. That was
If
like
you went higher RPMs, it would have slipped.
Yes.
But you were only 5% slip. Oh
Yes.
my gosh, that felt great, dude.
yes.
Great now.
Dude, I love this car. I love it.
Wow.
I love this car, man.
Wow.
y'all kind of give me a little closure, a little something between y'all,
Yeah.
and I'll wrap all these SD cards up.
Okay, yeah, that's right. Yeah, I appreciate you doing that.
Yeah, right here. Y'all can just kind of radio.
Yeah, the damn YouTube stuff with the, if you have
Oh yeah, and that
10
background.
seconds of corn playing,
Yeah.
they pick it up and demonetize.
Right.
So I told him one time to my other guy, I said, make sure you yell at them to turn down something. Because we get good shots and then it's like, oh, you can't use that.
Can't use that shit.
Yep, he gets so mad.
So this is your video. So you do most of the talking, and then
That's fine.
Steven
Yeah,
jumps
yeah.
in.
Okay, that's fine. We're supposed to be doing a closure of today's Coffee with Conti, guys, and I don't really know what else to say. I think we've said it all today.
It was a fun day.
What an experience, man. It was worth the 17-hour drive. It's not like we haven't done business before. It's not like we haven't met before, but I'm on your turf, man, and this is great to see where you make the magic happen.
I appreciate you
You're doing a
selling me
great
this car,
job,
bro.
dude, man. You
I
do.
appreciate you coming down here.
Means
And
a
as
lot.
always, thanks for keeping me in mind for the first one of the Z06 and even the C8, man. Both of them. Awesome.
Seeing how passionate you are about this car is really exciting for me. It really is. And then the stuff that you do to the car, I mean, that just takes it to another level. It really does.
And that's what I try to tell the world out there, like, the car is phenomenal, obviously stock, even this thing is crazy, but every car guy, most of them, want someone a little different than the next guy. So whether you want accessories or performance, you know, that's what we do, and I get the joy out of giving someone and seeing how
Right.
happy they are with their car.
Yeah,
Whether it's
he's
performance
so
or accessories.
passionate about this, and he's so knowledgeable, and you're so detail oriented. I mean, it is the complete package dealing with you and the guys here at LMR. I mean, it really is. I mean, not to sound like a commercial, but guys, I got to tell you, if you're going to tweak and do anything to your car, that's one of the reasons I wanted to come here to share that with you. LateModelRacecraft.com, Steven and the crew, guys. Words don't describe how
Awesome.
kick-ass you really are, man.
If we have time, maybe we'll do a twin turbo C8 video tomorrow. We'll see. We'll see.
That
Thank
sounds-
you again for giving me the car.
Appreciate you. Thank you so much.
Much appreciated.
Appreciate it. Thanks for watching.
Later, guys.